This is the conclusion to Joe's story. We erase his sleep issues, his anxiety, his brain fog, and his breathing issues in 2 weeks. Check it out. Check out those results.
I wanted better sleep, and for the most part, my sleep's gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah. And anxiety, any change in anxiety?
Oh, I feel a lot calmer now.
A lot calmer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brain fog. We talked about reading comprehension.
Yeah, when I read now, I don't have to reread things. It's a lot easier for me to just comprehend it in the first pass, so that did improve.
Nostril?
I mean, that's something I didn't even realize, so that's, for me, that's pretty cool. Like we mentioned in a previous video that I would only be able to breathe through one nostril, but after the adjustments, I'm able to breathe a lot better now and through both, so that's,
Wasn't that cool? Remember, this is Joe's 2-part series. We give him his life back. He can't sleep, and so we're so stoked that we can give him that power back for a lifetime. Does any of you have problems breathing out of one nostril? And have you had it for a long time? We'd love to know. Leave those comments in the comment section. Love you guys. So, how did you do this weekend?
Pretty good, actually. With sleep, I slept great. Again, considering that I'm in a hotel, so I think that's pretty amazing that, my sleep's that good.
And see how much he talks about sleep? Every single time he goes, sleep. He loves sleeping, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, pain levels, on Saturday, like I said, we went to Laguna, so I pretty much walked all that, the beach, pretty much no pain. The only pain I would say was on Sunday on the drive back. We hit traffic, and, the seat was a little uncomfortable, so I think that was pretty much the only.
So his only real issue. The atlas adjustment can be difficult. It's not as easy as it seems. And the reason for that is because the occiput, or the brain, the skull, is in the way. And right where it connects to the neck is the atlas. But you have to kind of sneak under the skull to get to it. And if you move just a millimeter off, you're going to slide down to C2. So I'm right there on his atlas. You gotta kind of get it right in the right spot. Okay, nice. Good. There we go. And so that was pretty good. How was that to you?
Pretty, not painful at all, really.
Gotcha. And you noticed it's a different location?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel the difference, right?
Yeah.
Good, perfect. Now you guys may all wonder why I always ask if it's in a different location and if the patient feels that. Most times you go to chiropractors, they say, it doesn't really matter where you adjust. It all does the same thing. There's no real big difference. But there is, and the patient can feel it right away. So this is an internal thing. You may not care about that as a patient out there or as a subscriber, but it does matter. And we do specific work that even the patient can feel. It's not just me. Okay. Again, right in here. This one's a little tough on this side. Have a little tough time getting that one's a little harder to get. There's some kind of tension in there. Let's see. Yeah. I'll have to get him locked into position a little better. Yeah, he's not letting me have this one. So I'm gonna have you do this for me. When I adjust you, you're gonna bring this ear to this shoulder, kind of like tilt it over like this.
Check it.
Okay, I'll tell you when, okay?
Okay.
You kinda gotta bring it towards me. He's avoiding this adjustment. Okay, tilt. Good. Ooh. That was a toughie, guys. What did that feel like compared to the other side?
A little
Same,
bit
different?
A little bit more
Sensitive?
Yeah, but there's some relief for sure.
Oh, you feel a difference? What do you feel in the relief wise? Up here, or your body, or what?
Yeah, it's kind of starting at the upper neck and flowing down.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we'll get his response on this later, guys. That was his atlas adjustment. The left side was definitely much more difficult. And like I said, we're going to teach him more posture stuff, and see you guys tomorrow. We just did the Atlas for the first time yesterday. How'd you do with the Atlas adjustment? Let's talk about that first. What is your take from me adjusting your Atlas versus all last week?
Well, the first thing I noticed right off the bat, I felt dizzy right after the first Atlas adjustment, and I pointed it out, last week that, I never really felt any lightheadedness or any dizziness. So after watching all of the videos, that when you adjust, when you feel dizzy, you're recalibrating, your brainstem. So I felt that finally.
That's a student of my channel, by the way.
So again, and it's weird that the Atlas adjustment, it feels different than the normal adjustment. You feel it. I feel it higher in my neck. So again, I remember. So
feeling dizzy. Any other things that changed in your mind about how your results were? Again, last night, sleeping, moving around, walking, your expression around town. Was that different than the week before?
With moving, it's easier. I'll say that. So I'm still getting kind of adjusted to the Atlas adjustments. They're different than before. I'll say that much.
Tell us about how much work. You said in the other video that it was 30% adjustment and 70% learning. Do you still feel that?
Yeah, if anything, it's probably less the adjustments now and more learning. I mean, pretty much we're just drilled on posture and learning new techniques. And I think the hardest part is unlearning what you already know and learning, this method. So
we also talked about his sinuses. Remember, we talked about the nose closure. We forgot to talk about that in the last since last week. Your nose was closed your whole life or something. How's that been open?
I mean, it's still open right now. So I always, like I said, I never thought I'd had a breathing problem, but until I noticed after the adjustments, I could breathe. Through both nostrils. So that's
and one last question I asked him, because I forgot to ask him the whole time, is brain fog. What's this brain fog thing? How does that feel different? Does it feel different at all?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, when I'm reading, because I've read a lot of books to read, I feel, I don't have to reread things. I could focus more, so I'm retaining a lot more of the reading. So that's pretty cool.
Going right, again, under the occiput here, right by the mastoid. Gonna bring it towards me here. Woo-wee! Compared to this morning, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We were just talking about this morning how tight it was and how it wasn't as good as yesterday. That was rock solid, dude.
Yeah.
Rock solid. Wow, that was huge. Okay. Good, nice. Wasn't as loud, but it moved really deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing shifted all the way over. I got exact right angle. It just didn't have to make a lot of noise, but it slid in there. I'm not even gonna tell that joke. Okay, so I was like, oh, that's not gonna work. It's really bad. So I'll let you guys just think about what I was going to say. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. So we're going to review his case and kind of find out how he's done these last 2 weeks. Joe, why don't you give us your overall view, and then we'll go over specifics as we go forward.
Well, sure, I only knew chiropractic because of your videos, so I figured, like I said at the beginning, I wanted to try it out. So that's what I did. I wanted better sleep, and for the most part, my sleep's gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah. And so what do you say? You were 40% last week. Where are you at with sleep?
I'd say
percentage
80%.
80%?
I mean, it's just night and day. I feel, a lot less quantity of hours, but a lot more refreshed, so that's pretty cool. That's too.
Crazy. We talked about another video too that you used to try to get 8 hours all the time. What are you getting now?
Yeah, like 6 or 7.
Right, that, and not even sweating it, right?
Not even, I mean, I feel great.
Good, gotcha. And no escorts over there too, right?
Oh, well.
Well, he didn't deny it this time. I think, shh. Okay, so ring in your ears.
It hasn't gone away completely, but it has reduced.
Where are we at? I mean, 10%, 20, 30, 40, where are we at?
30%.
30%, gotcha. Yeah. So, and then anxiety, any change in anxiety?
Oh, I mean, I feel a lot calmer now.
A lot calmer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brain fog, we talked about reading, comprehension.
Yeah, when I read now, I don't have to reread things. It's a lot easier for me to just get, comprehend it in the first pass. So that did improve.
Nostril?
I mean, that's something I didn't even realize. So that's, for me, that's pretty cool. Like we mentioned in a previous video that I would only be able to breathe through one nostril, but after the adjustments, I'm able to breathe a lot better now and through both. So that's,
How is more sleep going to impact your life? People want to know, what are you starting to feel with this added sleep? What can you feel like you can do now?
Well, you hit on it with the energy. I've got a lot more energy now. And emotionally, I'm a lot calmer now. So this weekend, the beach, that was really great. I was able to walk the whole town pretty much and enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. Chin up more. Nice. Good. Side. Let's go through the range of motion we did the first day. So bend over, touch your toes, please. Okay, any pain, tension in your legs, your back at all?
Not really.
Go ahead and stand up. Back to this, please. How about that?
Nope.
Gotcha, stand up. Look at the floor, please. How about that?
Nothing.
Nothing. Look at the ceiling. How about that?
Nope.
Again, granted, I didn't have a lot of pain the very first time either. Squat to the ground, please. Okay. And you had some pain in your legs before, or your back. It was like a 2 or 3 out of 10. How's that in your back right now? Spread your feet a tiny bit and do it one more time.
You said this was
Nothing.
Nothing? Gotcha. And then the last one, come closer, we're gonna take his breath, okay? So take a big breath in. Perfect. Okay, so I think that's it, dude. It's been a wonderful experience with you. Again, sometimes I have people that come out and fight me. We talked about this with him, that people come and fight this whole process, but he's reinstilled my love of people, because he actually listened to us and he's gotten better. He's reaped the rewards, and it hasn't been difficult. I don't think we've argued once. No, it happens. I know it's hard to believe, especially with me, my kind soul here. No, but he has just gone, you know something, I'm going to just do what Dr. Thayer says. Why? Because he's the expert to a certain extent, right? Again, love this kid because he has the right attitude. And so I love helping people, but when you guys come out with the right attitude, it makes it way better. Good. Anything else you want to say?
Great experience.
Fun.
Yeah.
So, like this kid. See you guys next time.